can cause all sorts of problems. But if Mbappe drops back in, look for Dembele to run on, as well as Ekitike on the far side. It'll ask real questions of the back four for Brazil to deal with the movement of those front three.
So then a real sense of occasion. It's two countries that have broken boundaries of imagination, two countries that have inspired the footballing world over the last 50 years or so. Two former world champions hoping to repeat that on North American soil come this summer. So a game full of superstars. Game full of know-how and experience, accompanied by one or two hoping to make their mark and book their ticket to the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup. And so, here we go. The road to 2026 upon us. Here's Dembele, current Ballon d'Or. Lovely ball slipped through from the Paris Saint-Germain player. Ball over to the far post. Ekitike was loitering and behind for the first corner of the afternoon. Ekitike manoeuvring inside. Here's Olise. Real spring in his step. Olise looked to let fly. Casemiro with a fabulous challenge.
Wonderful recovery from Casemiro. He was beaten rather easily, but he stayed in pursuit and was able to find the right.
Dembele. Upamecano. Theo Hernandez, who is more to the ground, and a free kick for France.
Rafinha needs to be more intelligent in that moment. Wesley had stepped up and was going to win the 50-50 challenge, but Rafinha, after he's beaten, then he goes in recklessly from behind and he gives away the foul.
Of Brazil and Vinicius Junior. 4 goals in his last 2 games, of course, against both Manchester City and Atletico Madrid. The ball played forward now. Real opening for Rafinha! Well, something out of nothing. Mbappe tried to play it across the face. Handful of players back on defensive duties for Brazil. And Rabiot a little too abrasive for the referee's liking this time.
There's a glimpse within 60 seconds.
Players been interested in that. Brazil look to counter. Junior on the ball. In behind now for Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior gets the half a yard he needs. Met in mid-flight and then scrambled to safety for now. Rabiot finds half a yard in towards the penalty area it goes. Ekitike. Options awaiting. Down under the challenge. Garners the referee's attention and a free kick.
Ekitike bailed out a bit here. There's some contact. Keep an eye on number 15, Ibrahim Konate. He'll be one of the targets on these set pieces.
So in it comes for France. It's a delicious ball to the back post, and Rabiot is the last player to just nudge the ball behind for a goal kick.
Wonderful shape to this. Ederson has to be rooted to this.
Matheus Cunha of Manchester United.
What a ball.
Casemiro forward now. Rafinha in behind. Here is Rafinha. The deflection was costly for Brazil. From Mbappe, Rafinha manoeuvring inside to Casemiro. Here's Wesley. In behind. Rafinha. Diverted behind by Konate. Edge of the penalty area. And here's Wesley. Upamecano on hand for France. Wesley down under the challenge from Rabiot. Immediately the referee blowing the whistle. Tchouameni surveying the scene. Ekitike. Malo Gusto. Mbappe. The angle against Ekitike. The ball ran and behind for a goal kick. Poignantly into Ekitike. Ekitike. Across the face it goes. Gusto back from whence it came. And Casemiro, calm under pressure, makes the clearance. Dembele. Lovely trip forward. Ekitike found something, and Brazil just about. Rafinha unable to gather. And here come France once more. It's a rather late challenge, isn't it? Instantly the referee pulling out the yellow card.
Even if it doesn't come off, now it allows Brazil the ability to gain 20-30 yards of space, and the starting positions are higher to force this turnover.
Here's Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli, let's fly! Just a whisker wide.
Instantly from the cooling break, Brazil decided they needed to turn France around, and from that,
a taste of what's to come. Here's Casemiro, has his pocket picked. Forward now for Mbappe, a real opening. Mbappe! Oh, wow! One fabulous French foray. Kylian Mbappe within one of the all-time goal-scoring record and gives France the lead in Boston.
Devastating breakout from France. Their ability to win it back.
So now then, Vinicius Junior getting closer and closer to goal. Martinelli in support, Rafinha arriving as well. Balls to the cusp and lashed towards goal and well wide.
Do France know they've got their reward so they can invite Brazil to come out? Lovely combination.
Olise, France off and running again. Kylian Mbappe and Hernandez. Dragged it well wide of the intended target.
That's a rush of blood from Theo Hernandez.
Brazil now look to find something. Wesley down under the challenge. Referee said the ball was won. Much to the dismay of the thousands of Brazil fans in attendance. Here's Casemiro. Casemiro! And wide. Well, he's convinced it should be a corner. He has talked himself in Manchester United history. Now defence on the mindset of Brazil, though. Ousmane Dembele. Tchouameni in behind! Mbappe. And we go so close once again. Vinicius Junior. What can he conjure here against Hernandez? Fabulous challenge from the France fullback. Ekitike. It seemed to be a rather late challenge from Wesley. Malo Gusto. Dembele on the far flank. Dembele, Olise, in towards Kylian Mbappe!
And if I'm Brazilian players, I am changing game and for the cohesion with the group.
And here come Brazil, looking for a way through here. Across the face it comes. Falls now to Martinelli. Casemiro unable to gather, and into the grasp of Mike Maignan for now.
Oh, the ball was never meant for Casemiro in that moment. It was always trying to go to Vini. That they didn't have in the first half without that physical presence up front.
Nudged forward by André Santos. Here come Brazil, interrogating in the early exchanges. The ball across the face of goal in the end. You see Enrique again. Here is the Zenit St. Petersburg man. Enrique! Forces the first real save from Maignan. And now Vinicius Junior. Casemiro! And over. Brazil have life. Seeing French players able to do the business, although the ball is given away by Gusto. Vinicius Junior. Casemiro, Cunha, Martinelli! Via a deflection.
It's been a bright start for Brazil, but they need their reward in the form of an equalizer.
André Santos with a poignant ball forwards. Wesley in behind. Now then, here they come again. Has the referee got a decision to make? The yellow card has been brandished. Just the yellow card has been brandished. And there's a whole group of players surrounding the referee to have a further conversation. So then, he's saying, no, the yellow card was wrong. Red card is the correct decision. And it's greeted to a raucous roar here at Gillette Stadium. France can't believe it. All the rights of Martinelli.
Martinelli with the skill. Pereira can strike it with some venom from this distance.
It is Pereira! Gathered well by Maignan and Vinicius Junior. Inviting so many players. Casemiro, Douglas Santos, and behind for a corner. And a real example of...
Brazil haven't learned yet with their tactical changes.
Here come 10-man France. Olise with the ball at feet. Ekitike! And in the biggest dress rehearsal of them all, France look as buttoned up as humanly possible and lead Brazil by 2-0. Play and perhaps an opportunity here for France. Behind as Desiré Doué looked to cause a problem straight away. It's a stern challenge and a clattering of legs in the Brazil half. Twisting and turning and just unable to wriggle through this time, brought forward by Chapman and Rabiot. Thought was to find Desiré Doué, they do that. Desiré Doué now down under the challenge, and the referee blows the whistle and distributes the yellow card to Brunner. It's the pathway around a handful of Brazilian players.
Oh, lovely.
Down into Rabiot. Rabiot into the grasp of Ederson for now. Hugo and Pereira not the only debutants for Brazil. The pass there from Danilo was exquisite on his Brazilian debut. Here's Vinicius Junior, lovely ball in and away by the hell of Lacroix. Can they, could they? Lovely ball, it's the face of goal, back from whence it came. Still not cleared away, and it's in! Well, it only took them 77 minutes, but Bremer is the player credited with the goal. He's first in Brazilian colours, and Brazil, with 10 to play, are right back in it. Vinicius Junior, forward now for João Pedro. Thiago awaiting the service. João Pedro pushed to one side, behind for the goal kick.
Konate has done so well battling with João Pedro back-to-back.
So here they come again. Up a man, remember, and now with the ball at the feet of Vinicius Junior.